Hey chemistry fans, and welcome to a special episode of The Chemistry Zone, hosted by me, Malia, and dedicated to my dad, David Schoenberger. This special is called Disorders Around the World, PTSD, or Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. Join me as we delve into PTSD, as we talk about the chemicals that are involved in it, the chemical imbalances, and also answer the renowned question around PTSD. Do PTSD people get the full memory, or do they get fragments of the memory? Let's go to the chemistry board.
That's a normal set.
Yeah.
So that first four are blank like this.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to the chemistry board. Now, what I have here is just a basic image of the brain, inside to be exact, and the two main parts that we're going to focus on that are in PTSD are the amygdala and the hippocampus. Now, since these are in the folds of the brain, we can't really see it, but if we look on the human body, it's right under your temple, basically. So, the amygdala is the epicenter of emotional behavior, motivation, and emotion, while the hippocampus stores memories and events inside the brain. So let's look at the amygdala first. So in the amygdala, we see a high level of norepinephrine, which is related to stimulation and stress. Norepinephrine strengthens the emotional reaction of the amygdala, which then strengthens some of the emotions such as sadness, anger, and fear, which are common emotions in PTSD. If we look at the hippocampus, we see that it's related to chronic stress. Now, chronic stress, it makes the hippocampus smaller, but then it also kills neurons and also the growth of new neurons. So we see that this makes it more hyperactive in the person. So with the overproduction of cortisol, we also see the overproduction of insulin. Now, with more insulin, the blood sugar level can decrease, which then can make the hypothalamus, which is right here, which is this little yellow part right here. It can send a false signal of glucose being kept away from the brain. And this false signal is sent to back to the adrenal glands like we saw earlier, and then it can increase the chemical adrenaline, which then can show the high stress symptoms of PTSD. So those were just some of the chemical imbalances in the brain. Next, I'm going to show you some chemical imbalances that are also in the brain but also in the body. So one of them is called noradrenaline. And this is just a chemical that's made. Another one is a chemical called dopamine, which makes the person more hyper-aware, more hyperactive, and more paranoid. And the next is opioid, which is also like an internal painkiller. And in people with PTSD, opioid is produced in large amounts because the person's body needs more of the numbing agent to numb out the pain. Now I'm going to answer the renowned question around PTSD. Do people with PTSD get the full memory back or get fragments of the memory? Well, the answer is that they get fragments of the memory. Now this is just a picture that I made with puzzle pieces to show that the people with PTSD don't get the full memory back. So they only get fragments and not the full picture. And that is the picture that the puzzle pieces make up, and it's kind of overlapping, but it still shows that the people with PTSD do not get the full memory back. Well, it looks like we're almost out of time. On that note, remember, PTSD doesn't affect just one person. It affects the entire world. My name is Malia, and join me next time on the Chemistry Zone special, Disorders Around the World, where we look at schizophrenia. What are the chemicals in it, and what are the chemical imbalances? This has been the Chemistry Zone, Disorders Around the World. Bye!